Hey, what's up you guys? It's Audrey and today we are going to be ranking all 50 state license plates today. I am so excited. I feel as if this is a topic I may be extremely passionate about. I don't know. We are going to see. We're going to find out right now. I actually took it upon myself to compile my very own tier list of all the 50 states, all their license plates, without realizing that other people have already done the same thing before. That was a lot of extra effort for no reason. Little disclaimer, when I was looking up the license plates for each state, I know there are multiple plates. Like personally, I live in Utah. From what I've seen, we have 3 different license plate variations. So I'm aware that other states may have multiple, they may only have 1. Personally, when I was looking for the plates that I was going to use in the tier list, I was looking for the plates that were more interesting. So whether or not they're the standard plates, I was just looking for ones that were the most interesting to look at. So I'm sorry, Kourtney Kardashian, you're not gonna be on this list. Why don't we get started? I've never made one of these videos before, so it might be a bumpy ride. By the way, guys, I'm also filming this on Valentine's Day. If you're wondering why I have this whole makeup look going on, these aren't going to be in alphabetical order or any kind of order for that matter. It's just how they ended up being uploaded to the tier list. So I'm sorry if that bothers any of you, but that's how we're gonna be doing things today because it's my channel, not yours. Let's dive in. Okay, so first of all, we have North Carolina. I don't hate it. You know what? They tried. They definitely tried. It's definitely a step above like an average license plate, but I don't know. The blue overlapping the red, like with the plane and everything, it's giving like those 3D glasses you got with like Barbie movies or like Spy Kids. You know what? We're gonna start off strong. We're gonna put this B, C, ooh. We'll put this in, no, it's going in C. I'm sorry, it's gotta go in C. They tried, you know, they tried to do something, but I think the execution missed the mark. Makes it a little bit difficult to read and like look at. You know, I recognize they tried. Okay, next up we have Alabama. All right, listen guys, I kind of like it. I think it's different. You know, they went with like a landscape kind of deal. I think that's nice. I like how there's like a water line as the horizon. I don't know. I think it's not too bad. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. You know what? I'm gonna put Alabama in A. Yeah. I like it. By the way, should I give a disclaimer now? This is gonna be biased. I have no experience in like design or anything. This is just me and what I find aesthetically pleasing, just so you know. Next up we have Hawaii. Very classic. I mean, this is one of the license plates I've actually been aware of before this video. So you gotta give it credit for that. If this license plate didn't say Hawaii, would I know that it's for Hawaii? Probably not, because it's just a rainbow. But at the end of the day, it's pretty. I like it. We're just gonna put it at B. It's a safe B. We'll leave it at that. Okay, next up guys, we have Alaska. And remember how I said I'm biased? Yeah, this is going straight to S. The first time I saw an Alaska license plate, my life was changed for the better. I was taken aback. This is beautiful. The design here, gorgeous. Also, my favorite animal is a bear. That might be contributing to my opinion. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. Just the colors are so pretty. The bear being positioned right in the middle with that like beautiful like orange glow around it. Fantastic. Especially because even if it didn't say Alaska, you would probably guess that it was for Alaska. So I think it's a great representation of the state. I love bears. I love the design. This is our first S tier license plate. Don't disagree with me. Thanks. Okay, next up we have Arkansas. Sorry to all you guys from Arkansas, I'm displeased. I'm displeased with this license plate. I don't know anything about Arkansas personally, so do they export a lot of diamonds? They definitely could, and I would not have a clue. Something about it, ooh, it's icky. It looks like an ad for like one of those off-brand jewelry stores you see in the mall. It's just not giving what it wanted to give, so I'm gonna have to put that in a D tier. Just something about it, the colors, I get they probably wanted to use like red, white, and blue. I see that a lot of these plates stick to red, white, and blue, whether that's because America or some other reason. I'm not feeling it for Arkansas. They could have done better, I think. Okay, next up we have Utah, which is where I am from. I might be pretty biased with this one because personally I hate Utah license plates. I think they're ugly, but that may be just because I've seen them for like 20 years of my life and I'm bored. I picked the Arches license plate from Utah because from what I've known, it's the more popular plate here. You know what? It screams Utah. I'll give it that. They nailed it. If this license plate didn't say Utah on it, you would know. It's Utah. It's got the iconic arch. Sure, they definitely tried. I'm gonna put this one in B. You know, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I also just don't like the color orange, so the fact that it's violently orange kind of rubs me the wrong way. But I'm recognizing the fact that there was an idea, a concept there, and it was executed well. Okay, next up we have Arizona. This is tough. Arizona, it's kind of giving Alabama vibes just because, you know, it's got the little horizon, a little landscape. You know what? Yeah, this is A tier. This is A tier. I like it. I love the use of the purple. That looks really nice. I love the gradient, that shade of like blue teal, beautiful. I think that's like a little cowboy. I'm looking at very small pictures of these right now, so I think it's cute. It's really cute. Okay, next up we have California. For those of you who don't know, I've lived in California for like 3 years of my childhood. Right away, D tier. Ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. From what I found, I could not find like a specialty plate for California, although I do know that California does do like custom black and yellow license plates. I don't know if that is their specialty plate or if that's just something that they offer there, but their most common plate is this one, and ew. It's so boring. You got beaches, you got LA, like you have all of these opportunities to make a killer license plate and you show up with that? That is horrible. That is a disgrace. They could have put some redwood trees on there. They could have done so much, and yet they did not do a single thing. So D tier automatically. I don't even want to discuss that one. Next up, we have South Dakota. You know what? Is that Mount Rushmore? Personally, you ask me where Mount Rushmore is on any given day, I'm giving a different answer every time. I don't know why, but my brain simply just will not retain that piece of information. Knowing me, you would probably ask me, where is it? And I would say it's not even in the United States because I don't know. So I guess I'm just now learning or being reminded of the fact that Mount Rushmore is in fact in South Dakota. From this piece of information, I think that is all South Dakota really has to offer, so it makes sense that they would put it on their plate. Seems like something they're very proud of. You know what? This has gotta go... I'll put it in B. Kind of the same vibe as the Utah plate. Like, they took one of the special features of their state, put it on the license plate. It's good. It's not necessarily great. It's not super creative, but you know what? It represents the state. The design, it works, so safe B. Okay, here we have Colorado. Automatically C tier. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. Again, Colorado is a beautiful, beautiful state. I don't know why they just did this little mountain range with this shade of green. Green is like the last color that comes up for me when I think of Colorado. They could have done something with like a beautiful purples and blues, like a mountain range, if that's what they wanted to do. I look at this plate, I'm not getting Colorado. I'm not getting much of anything. If I saw this plate, I would forget it right away. So C tier. Okay, next up we have Connecticut. I think we're gonna have to go C tier again. No, we're going D tier. Boring. Boring, boring. The gradient seems like the only bit of design they wanted to put in the plate. Constitution State, sure it is. Good for you, Connecticut. It's not wowing me. It's not wowing me. It's one color. There's no fancy pictures or anything. No. Next up, we have the District of Columbia. This is also going into D tier. I'm not a fan. Taxation without representation. What does that mean? Sorry, I didn't pay attention in any history class. I don't know, it's political, but I get it. It's the capital of the United States, whatever. But it's not giving. Like, yeah, red, white, and blue, we get it, sure. But there is just nothing going on with this plate. It looks like a rough draft that someone sketched up and they were like, hey, can you turn this general idea into something, and then the person ran out of time and just turned in the rough draft, and that is what we got. It just looks like an outline of something that could have been, but it wasn't. So D tier she goes. All right, next up we have Delaware. Again, D tier. It's just boring. They're bragging they're the first state. You know, if you got it, flaunt it. I'm just not seeing anything. Same with Connecticut, Arkansas. They have a little claim to fame and they think that's enough to elevate their plate. Well, it's not. I don't care if you're the first state. I don't care if you're the Constitution state. I don't care if you're the natural state. Do something with it. Let's elevate the design a little bit. This is just not gonna fly. Next we have Florida, and you know what? It's gotta be a safe B. A safe B. Because you know what? You look at it, the literal outline of Florida is on it, so you know it's for Florida. I like the colors. I think the green and the orange look really nice together. And overall, it's a nice plate. It's a nice plate. It's a memorable plate. And I think it did what it needed to do. Do I think it went above that? No. But it definitely represents the state that it is for. Good job, Florida. Next up, we have Georgia. Ooh, I don't know. I'm putting it in C tier. I'm sorry, guys. You know, they definitely tried. It's a lot like North Carolina. They had an idea and it just wasn't executed that amazingly. It just looks a little bit cheap, like a little bit tacky, if you know what I mean. They definitely did try, but I'm not vibing with it. Sorry, Georgia. Okay, Iowa. Ooh, I don't know. Iowa. I'm stuck between C and B. C. Okay. The idea was there. The concept was there. A little city skyline. I kind of like the colors. The blue and the green looks nice. But again, it's not blowing me away. It's very, very simple, but it's not quite sleek. I think that's probably what they were going for, is like, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it sleek. They did the simple part, but I'm not getting anything else. It's just simple, and that's not impressing me. I mean, look at the material. Look at the competition. It's rough out here for these license plates. Okay, Idaho. Oh, okay. Idaho is going in D tier. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. This might be like a personal vendetta. First of all, Utah has another license plate where it's like the skiing license plate. I'm not sure if this is me making this up, but in my mind, the Idaho plate and that Utah license plate are so similar. I don't know if it's the colors or something, but they're just so similar, and something about the red, white, and blue, I just don't like it. Listen, it's not a personal attack on the US. Red, white, and blue is just not my thing. This like super harsh, abrupt red gradient into a very sad mountain range. Does that say famous potatoes on it? I didn't even know the Idaho license plate said anything on it. And you know how it says scenic Idaho? I keep reading it as Sense Idaho. And then I'm like, since Idaho did what? Yeah, I don't know, not feeling it. Maybe they should have put some potatoes on the plate. Like if they had a little basket of potatoes right in there, some French fries, I would like it. I'm sick of these states having their little claims and then they don't show anything else. Don't just tell me, show me, illustrate it for me, you know? I don't want to have to read, especially if you're driving. I don't want to have to read the plate to understand about the state. Just show it to me, okay? All right, next up we have Illinois. C tier. It's gotta be, okay. We'll put it in B tier. Let me explain. So Illinois and Iowa, it seems that they have kind of the same thing going on. Like they both wanted that city skyline. They both did a negative, so the skyline itself is white, blue sky. But you know what? The colors on the Illinois plate are definitely popping more. They're definitely a little bit more vibrant. I don't know. I know that I just said I don't like red, white, and blue, and this plate is red, white, and blue, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's all right. Next up, we have Indiana. Indiana, you know what? This might be controversial. A tier. Something about it, it looks like I want to go to there. Not the state, but the picture on the license plate I would like to visit. It looks very nice. I don't know if this is a landmark in Indiana or anything, but I really like it. I really like it. I like the little trees. I love a good horizon. As you can see, the A tier is all horizons. So apparently skylines, not for me. A little horizon, love it. It's a nice plate. Do I necessarily get Indiana from it? No. But I do get a little moment of peace. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Next up, we have Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky. I'm gonna have to do C tier for Kentucky. Listen, it's boring. Again, it's boring. Like, they did do something at least. They did do something. They have a little gradient. They have a little picture of their state. Like, I love that for them, but it's boring. It's boring. I won't remember this plate after this video, so C tier. Okay, next up we have Louisiana. I think this is a B tier. I do. It says Sportsman's Paradise on it. Okay. I've never heard that about Louisiana before, but I don't think they're lying. So the colors are definitely unique. This color palette, as you can see compared to the rest, I feel like it really stands out. It doesn't really stand out, but it's definitely a little bit different. I believe that's what, like a pelican, a stork? Please don't crucify me in the comments. I do not know my bird species. I'm sorry. The first time I looked at this license plate, I thought it was like a hula dancer for some reason, so that kind of threw me off. But overall, the vibes of this plate, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It did what it needed to do. All right, next up, Massachusetts. D tier, automatically. That is such an ugly license plate. The Spirit of America. Then show me. The Spirit of America is we do everything extravagant, way bigger than it needs to be. We're dramatic. We like attention. I don't get that from this plate. Sure, you did red, white, and blue. That's the bare minimum. If you're claiming to be the Spirit of America, do something with it. Do something with it. Again, don't tell me, show me. Okay, anyways, next up we have Maryland. Don't hate me, guys. It's a D tier. I have vague memories of what this pattern in the bottom of the plate is. I don't know what it is at this moment in time. It could be a very iconic part of the state, but when I think Maryland, I think lighthouses, which is probably the equivalent of someone being like, when I think of Utah, I think of the Mormon church. Maybe someone more educated than me would know it's Maryland. Personally, I don't. Also, the yellow, the red, and the black scares me. I don't like that color combination. There's so much blank space at the top. It's just not my favorite. I definitely think they could have done a little bit more. All right, next up we have Maine. I gotta say, B tier. It says vacation land on it. Again, I've never heard that. Is that the state's motto? Vacation land? Because personally, when I think, ooh, I want to go on vacation, I've never thought, oh, let's go to Maine. I've never even been to Maine, so I don't know. But I like it. See, again, this license plate, it evokes peace within me, and I really enjoy that in a license plate. You know what? I'm sorry, I hate to do this. I'm moving it to A tier. Last minute decision. Like I said, the feeling of peace is more important than anything. This is just a pleasing license plate to look at. Do I know anything about Maine? No. Do I think that this license plate properly represents Maine? I don't know. But I like it. It brought me a little bit of peace and I respect it. I like the colors too. Okay, next up we have Michigan. Automatic D tier. That is an ugly license plate. The shade of blue, just choosing that shade of blue with like nothing else, I'm not a fan. It's unsettling to me. Michigan, again, is another very, very beautiful state. They got a lot of water, don't they? I think they do. So maybe that was the inspiration, like, oh, we have a lot of water here. Let's make the license plate blue. Nope, it's not cutting it. I need to see something else. I need to see something more exciting. I'm bored. Next up, Minnesota. D tier. Again, I don't like it. There are so many blue license plates. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nope. Sorry, Minnesota. It's a no from me. Okay, next up we have Kansas. D tier. No, let me see. You know what? We're gonna put Kansas in C tier because they obviously had a concept. They obviously did something. They tried. The level of effort is a little bit above D tier, but I don't like it. Again, the shade of blue is off-putting to me. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Again, I don't really know anything about Kansas other than the Wizard of Oz. I'm sorry. Maybe if you live in the state, you're more aware of like what this license plate means. There's so much and so little going on at the same time here. I don't like it. Nope. All right, next up we have Missouri. C tier. Enough with just the red, white, and blue. We get it. You're a part of the US. but you are also an individual state. Let's see it. You know what? I do like the squigglies. I do like that. I like it better than the traditional straight across gradient that we've been seeing. Also, I am a fan of the registration sticker. I like how it's centered right in the middle of the plate. That is very nice. That's pleasing to me. But at the end of the day, it's still a C-tier plate. It's just not my favorite. It's the red and blue combo. Do something original, do something different. We've seen this before. I'm bored. Next up, we have Montana. It hurts me to be putting Montana in the D tier. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Montana is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state. What is this? The treasure state. Oh, so the best you can do for the treasure state is a plain solid blue license plate with the outline of your state. Okay, boring. I feel like this would have even looked better in black and white. It would have looked clean, minimalist. That probably is what they were going for. But just the solid blue, it's just like a, spitting in your face of like, we almost tried. Oh, you wanted something on this plate? Here's a little bit of blue. Like, it's insulting. Okay, moving on. Now we have Mississippi. D tier. Oh my goodness. I like the fact that they didn't just stick to blue. I like the fact that they went with like a yellow. That's different. I like to see it, but at the end of the day, boring. Again, Mississippi, what do you think of? Mississippi River. I don't know if states, like some states like South Dakota, Utah, Florida, they're really just accepting the fact that they have one landmark that everybody thinks of when they think of the state, and they ran with it and they embraced it. And I like to see that. But with Mississippi, I am getting that they're sick of being known for the Mississippi River, and they were like, no, we're sick of people only recognizing us for the Mississippi River. So we're not putting that on the plate. We're going to do something different. We want to be different. They're trying to break out of that mold. But sometimes it's best to just accept the mold and make the best of it. And I feel like that would have been a better route for them to take. This license plate, it's not doing anything for me. All right, next up we have Nebraska. Listen guys, this may be controversial. I'm putting this in A. No, I'm putting this in B. Let me explain. This is a cool license plate. I love it. Is that like Zeus or something? I don't know. It's like some kind of Greek Roman guy. It is cool. I love the concept. It looks a little bit unfinished though. And again, why with the blue? Is there like a reason for that? I'm not digging the blue. Again, if this would have just been like black, gray, and white, it would have been fantastic. I think it would have really just been like eye-catching, simple, modern, sleek. But why blue? Like the mix of the blues and the grays, it's not my favorite. It like starts to blend together. Also, I feel as if they could have done a little pop of yellow on that like what I assume to be a lightning bolt. Their concept was one of the best, but the execution was just not there. But I'm glad that they still went for it. And I have no idea what it has to do with Nebraska. Like when I think of Nebraska, I don't think of Zeus. I don't think of like Greek or Roman mythology. Maybe this is very meaningful to Nebraska and I just don't know. You know, they really did try. I'll give them that. They really did try and I like that. Wait one second. We have two Nebraskas. Well, I'm not ranking this Nebraska. Okay, next up we have New Hampshire. The slogan on this is a little bit aggressive. Live free or die. Listen guys, I'm putting New Hampshire in the B tier. First of all, I like the color combo. I'm starting to see that I really like blues and greens together. There is some kind of image on this license plate that I simply just cannot make out. I might be blind. Again, I'm looking at very small images, but I do like the shade of green. I think they did a great job with that. Also, New Hampshire, I'm sorry, but I always forget that you exist. Like when I think of the states, New Hampshire is probably going to be one of the last ones I list, and it's going to be after I have like an, oh, New Hampshire's a state, right? Moment. I don't know why, just the live free or die in this pretty soft green color is just like, something about it is so funny to me. Like now if it's live free or die in like red, or like you expect it to be like red, white, and blue because that's a very like American thing to say, but the fact it's in this nice like soft little green is just so funny. It's just funny. It's different. Now that's a slogan I can get behind. Okay, next up we have New Jersey, D tier. Don't tell me you're the garden state and then just show me a plain yellow license plate. What the fuck is up with that, New Jersey? If you're the garden state, put some damn flowers on your license plate. What are we doing here? I'm underwhelmed. So far, only one license plate has made it into the S tier. What can you do? Try harder. All right, next up we have New Mexico. Now, New Mexico has a lot of license plates. When I was looking it up and trying to find one, there were like 4 or 5 different license plates. So I personally just chose the one that stood out to me the most. I don't know if this is like a common one or not, but it definitely caught my eye. We're gonna put it in A tier because this so far is the most unique plate I've seen on this entire list. Is it my favorite? No. It's eye-catching and I really like that. I love the chili peppers. I love like the gold. I love the black, the red, the green. Ooh. Land of Enchantment. Oh my, I'm just learning all the state slogans today and a lot of them are surprising me. But yeah, I think this is a great license plate. I think it's fun. I think it fits the state well. I think the design was there and it was executed well. It may not be like my first choice for a license plate, but I definitely see the appeal. Next up, we have South Dakota. South Dakota is an automatic A tier. I'm a sucker for a landscape, for a little horizon. What can I say? The attention to detail, I love the little sprouts. What is that, like wheat or something? I love it on the side of the South Dakota. The blend with like that sunset. Oh, the colors, the way they contrast, beautiful. I love that little, is that a bison? A buffalo? I don't know, but he looks cute. He's having his moment. I love the position of the sun. Beautiful plate. South Dakota got it right. It's showing us the state. It's showing us what it has to offer. It's not just throwing a slogan at us and then hoping that's good. So South Dakota, good job. Okay, next up we have Nevada. Listen, this might be controversial. It's going in C tier. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I mean, it's nice, but I look at it and I don't get Nevada from it. Like Nevada, either really go for like the desert theme or maybe like a Las Vegas theme, but this is just, it's the bare minimum. It's some mountains on a license plate. They did add some like different colors in there, but it's just not impressive to me. I know I said that a horizon really did it for me, but something about this, it just missed the mark. All right, then we have New York. C tier. I mean, D tier. I see what they were trying to do. I see what, the idea was. But listen, New York is arguably one of the most iconic states in the United States. They have so much to work with. So this license plate is just really not doing it for me. I like that they used yellow at least, gave it like an extra pop of color. I see that they tried to do a little cityscape at the bottom, but it's so small. It's not it for me. It's not it for me, I'm sorry. Next up we have Oklahoma. Let's do a safe C tier for that. I'll be honest, at first I looked at this and I was like, what is that? What are they doing? But I now see that it's like a bird, I think. Definitely not my favorite. Definitely nothing mind-blowing, not very impressive, but hey, it's a little bit different. And I like that they did something a little bit different. All right, next up we have Oregon. Listen guys, this might be controversial. I think that's another S tier plate, not gonna lie. Something about it, it's pleasing to me. You know what? I see a reoccurring theme up here in the S tier is the fact that there's some kind of focal point right in the center. I guess the symmetry is very pleasing to my eye, but the color of the tree is so vibrant and like alive. I love that. And it's just very cute. I've seen Oregon plates in person a couple of times. And every time I'm like, that is a nice license plate. I would like to have that license plate on my car. So it's only fair that I put it here in the S tier. I know that it's not as intricate of a design as some of the other ones, but for some reason the feeling it evokes in me, I really enjoy. Next up, we have Pennsylvania, D tier. Oh my goodness, these states need to step up their game. Why do we have so many in the D tier? It's not because I'm unreasonably picky. It's the state's fault. Obviously, they should have known I was gonna make this video. It's boring. It's boring. It's not telling me anything about Pennsylvania except to visit it. The website, yeah, not a fan. Boring. Very boring. It looks very, no. Next up, Rhode Island. C tier. The ocean state. You put one what looks like a Pinterest wave tattoo on the license plate, and that's supposed to make me believe that you're the ocean state? Listen, I get it. It's simple. It's minimalistic. It's straight to the point. You're the ocean state? Well, here's a little wave. I understand what they were trying to do. Just, it's the execution. Could have been done better. I like the idea, but it is very plain, very boring. But you know what? At least they tried. At least they tried to do a little bit of a show and tell instead of just a tell, but it could have been better. Next up, we have Texas. B tier. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of the red, white, and blue, but it's Texas. What else was Texas gonna do? It's gotta do some red, white, and blue. I love a good horizon. Now, this horizon is definitely not very detailed. I love the little cowboy in there. I love how not only did they do the outline of their state, but they filled it in with the state flag, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. It's a good license plate. It's very classic. It's sleek, but it still kind of tells a story. It does tell me about Texas, and I like it. I don't mind this license plate at all. This is a good use of red, white, and blue, I must say. Next up, we have Tennessee, B tier. I'm not blown away by this. Let me make this clear. I'm not blown away by this. But for some reason, it really does give me Tennessee vibes. Like, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I can agree. That's definitely Tennessee. Never been. Don't know really anything about it other than that's where a lot of like bachelorette parties take place for some reason. But it's simple. It has depth. I like the colors. They're showing off the little outline of their state. Cool. Okay, Virginia, D tier. I am so sorry, Virginia. This is just not doing it for me at all. Virginia is for lovers. Why? Why? You can't, like, this is giving me I Love New York merch. Like, again, with the blue, if you're gonna do a simple license plate, go with black and white. It's classic, it's timeless, it's a stark contrast. Why choose blue? Is there something I don't know? Like maybe blue is cheaper to manufacture or something? Maybe it's easier to manufacture, I don't know. But this is just too much blue, and blue is one of my favorite colors, but still, too much. And Virginia, again, you have beautiful landscapes. I want to see more from you. Vermont, D tier. Again, we are giving Delaware vibes. It's just so boring and plain. It's just a green license plate. Do more. Do more. Please, I'm bored. Washington, D tier. Washington is giving me Idaho plate vibes. It's just, how are you gonna say evergreen state and have no green on your license plate? Make it make sense, Washington. No. I am only being tough because Washington is a beautiful state. It's known for its beautiful outdoors, so I don't want to see just a single generic blue mountain with some red. Boring. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Try harder. Next up, Wisconsin. C tier. You know what? They definitely tried, but this Wisconsin license plate is giving me like a Pixar license plate. Like if Pixar had to design and make up a little license plate to go on the back of some animated cars, this is something they would do. America's Dairyland. Then let me see a goddamn cow. I'm upset by the lack of cows on this. Maybe there is a cow and I'm not looking close enough. 1 second. Just putting a teeny tiny little depiction of a farm up in the corner of your license plate, it's not doing enough for me. They could have made the whole background of the license plate of like a cute little ranch or farm or something. But no, it was a missed opportunity. They went with a plain white plate. Boring. But you know what? At least they did something. They put that little farm on there, and I gotta give them credit for that. Next up, we have West Virginia, C tier. West Virginia is definitely giving me Kansas vibes. They obviously had an idea here. I'm sure it relates to like the history of the state or something, but when I'm looking at it, I don't know what's going on. All I see is yellow and blue. You know, it's a step above just doing a plain colored license plate, but still, if your slogan is wild and wonderful for 150 years, show me something. Show me something wild and wonderful. Don't just give me an absurdly zoomed in, vague picture of some historical artifact, I'm sure. No, we don't like it. Guys, you know what? I gotta do this. I'm reconsidering some of my decisions. I'm looking at everything. I think South Dakota deserves to be an S tier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's late in the game. I'm changing my mind, but it had to be done. Okay, next up, we have Wyoming. Wyoming's going in A tier. That's a great license plate. Those horizons, those landscapes, they really get me. But that little cowboy, he looks like he's having so much fun, about to get thrown off his horse into a river. I look at this plate and I see Wyoming. I think that it really represents its state. I think it's detailed. I think it's pretty. It tells a little story and I love it. I love the use of black, like I said. I want to see that on more plates. I think it's a very stark contrast and I really enjoy that. Are we missing a state? Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. Did we talk about Connecticut? We did. They're just so boring, I forgot. Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Maryland, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Oh, I think we missed South Carolina. I think that's what's missing from here. Sorry, South Carolina. Oops. I love South Carolina too. Never been, but I like the idea of it. South Carolina, listen, your plate is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's simple. I love the moon. I love the little sunset you got going on. But it also seems like a lot of the plates don't have the orange. I don't know. I'm really a fan. I'm a big fan. Well, just know, South Carolina, that I would put you in the A tier. I'm a mess. Hey guys, it's Editing Audrey, and I wanted to make a sincere apology to Ohio. I think I forgot you guys. I'm so sorry. But let me go ahead and talk about Ohio really fast. I love this license plate. From what I saw, it's newer. I think it's definitely more recent, but I really love it. I think it's a great license plate. I would have liked to see more like it. I can't believe I forgot about it. That is my bad. I would say that Ohio would definitely be an A tier license plate. So now you know. I'm really sorry, Ohio. I didn't mean to do you like that. And South Carolina. And North Dakota, because I kept calling you guys South Dakota. And any other state that I probably offended with my horrible judgments on your guys' license plates. But yes, now I think we're good. Thank you. Here's our finished tier list of all 50, hopefully, United States license plates. Do you agree with my list? Do you not agree? Well, only comment down below if you agree. Thank you. Do comment down below which state is yours, which state is your favorite, which state do you have some constructive criticism for. Well guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really did have so much fun. Comment down below. If you like the tier list videos, what would you want to see next? What would you want to see ranked and put into a tier list? Let me know. That is all for this one. Feel free to check out some other videos on my channel. Check out my links in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!